Hi guys, and welcome to the chart of the week from asxmarketwatch.com. This week we're looking at Fairfax Media, which is FXJ on the Australian market, and I'm looking at a weekly chart of FXJ or Fairfax, and I just want to show you a possible trade setup and the tools that I'll be using to trade that setup, and where we can put our stops and a few different other things like that. So really useful tools for entering and exiting a trade. So the first thing I've done is right here is we're in January 2009, so we're looking at what's known as a Dow theory entry. Now, what a Dow theory entry is when we have a higher, when we have a peak and we have a higher trough, which is here, and then price goes through that previous peak. So, in other words, it looks like a little zigzag pattern, but with the peak and then the higher trough over here, and then it goes through the previous peak. So basically the entry signal is, if it goes past that peak, would be a close above about $1.80. Again, this is a roundabout, about $1.78. But this little bar here, once it passes that, it should be a lot better. So you're looking at $1.80. If it closes above that, that would be a buy according to Dow theory. So obviously Dow theory, you've probably heard of the Dow Jones. Charles Dow actually coined the theory, and he's the guy that they named part of the Dow Jones after. And so, I mean, this theory can be extremely useful in our trading. And I just want to show you how. Because back in 2007, as right before the bear market, sort of right as it was upon us, basically, look what we've got. Because the opposite of a Dow theory entry signal is a trough, but then a lower peak, and then price traveling through the previous trough. So, in other words, traveling through here. So basically, at about $4.20 or roundabouts. Again, you know, you're not going to get the exact fill price or the exact buy or sell price that you want, but you know, once you get the signal, you can take action, which is the main thing. And so we got our exit signal, which is a trough, lower peak, and then traveling through the trough in. Oh, okay, it was January 2008, so I apologize. Still very much at the beginning of the bear market. As you can see, we had no further entry signals. We didn't have a higher peak or higher trough, which would be a Dow theory entry. Even here, it couldn't close above there until June 2009, and basically that's where we had our first new entry signal for Fairfax, and now we've got another one. So that's a possible trade setup based on Dow theory if you were to use it. Of course, if you're going to use any tools, please backtest them and make sure you like them before you actually use them. If you want more tools, you can check them out on asxmarketwatch.com. For this particular trade, you could put your stop or your stop loss, which is where you'd sell out of the stock, at about $1.50 or $1.54, which is below the previous trough, so right about here. So I hope that's helped for Fairfax Media, or FXJ. Again, just for Commonwealth Bank, this is one of those stocks that works beautifully with Dow theory. So we've got our peak, higher trough here, and then it's gone through the previous peak, so a buy signal at about $32, right around March 2009, still in the stock, haven't had an exit signal as yet because it could not close below any of the previous peaks, previous troughs, I apologize, and it's still going gangbusters. So basically we have not had an exit signal, and we got our first entry signal in March 2009, so really early signal, and as you can see there, just to increase that for you there. But last but not least is the again the exit signal that we got in 2007. So, oh no, sorry, it was in 2008, January 2008 as well for Commonwealth Bank. We had our trough, lower peak, and then it travelled through the previous trough right here. That's our exit signal at about $56. So not a bad trade. I mean, you could even trade that short if you wanted to, if you found that it worked for you, if you in your back testing, of course. But a great trade setup for Commonwealth Bank as well, and a trade setup that we've currently got in Fairfax Media. So it's not a hindsight trade at all. It's actually happening right at this very moment. So I hope that's helped. checking out Dow Theory. We'll be doing weekly charts, so I mean, if you want me to have a look at a chart, swing me an email at dave@asxmarketwatch.com. I'd be happy to help, or happy to look at a few different tools for you, and just see different ways of trading, because it's a great pastime and it can be very profitable if you know how. Alright, I hope to see you next week, guys, and I hope you have a great week, and thanks very much for stopping by.